back again. This morning, I thought I'd walk you through this indoor-outdoor mall thing, and I saw them offloading some fresh tuna. Right inside that building there is a half an acre of, well, you saw it when the Wuhan virus was around. They called it a wet market. Well, that's what these fish are heading. Right behind there is just poultry and meat and fresh fish, and I mean it's fresh. Yes, you got to walk through and use your brain a little bit and look and see, if the eyes are glazed or they're whatever, or their smells. But it has every kind of meat in the world inside this building. And then on the outside of those places and the outside of the building is outdoor markets. There are places to get your hair styled and hair pedicures and clothes and shirts and shoes and umbrellas and you name it, it's in there. It's like a big indoor flea market. I got my hair cut in there. And I just got done going to the immigration's office right down from my hotel. This is adjacent corner to my current hotel. So I am there because everything is around me. There's 3 different malls to walk through, normal type of malls. And I call this an underground mall because you kind of walk underground, kind of. There is no big staircase on it. It's just a one-level thing. Huge. Many acres big. And I would say in the hundreds of vendors of all kinds. And I noticed when I was doing the malls in Cebu and all that, the views I got was much more than anything else I've been filming. So I went, wow, why don't you walk through here real quick? Now you're going to see me whip the camera around real quick because like this lady just popped in front of the camera. I didn't want to look like I'm filming. So I try to keep out of people's faces. And it's kind of tough. But you got even fresh eggs. I mean, these are all fresh things. These are all things made and developed by these people. There is like what I call a taxi run there on the left. That's where the 3-wheelers pull up. And you pop in there. You hand them 30 pesos. Remember, a peso is $2. Actually, about $1.80 you have to spend now to get $2. So their trade is about 59 at 59 right now, I think, to the dollar. Anyway, here's where you park your motorcycles when you pull in. So it's best just to pull up, and there's a guy standing out there all over the place, and they just take your bike, back it in for you, park it real nice. And when you pop out, you hand them 5 peso. They get your bike out for you and bring it over to you, and you take off. But there's a little runway here where the 3-wheelers pull in and out. So I'm just putting through here. Some people ask me about pharmacies and healthcare. I don't know anything about healthcare stuff. I've seen one doctor in my life. So I'm not into this stuff. But people I've talked to, when you turn 70, it gets kind of expensive. They say about $100 a month. But there's many policies, little less, more, I don't know anything about it. But that's, if you compare that to what you're doing now, I'm sure it's much cheaper. If you're under 70, it's much cheaper. But if you go to the doctor and you say, well, I want to get a little blood exam and a checkup and this and that, don't have health care. Or you get a cut, need a couple stitches, don't get health care. If you can't afford 15 to 20 bucks to go to the doctor, you shouldn't be traveling. This is a place where 99% of the time you can do your own health care. You go to the dentist. He pulls a tooth, probably 20 bucks. Or puts a filling in, probably less than that. So you really got to check this stuff out. So there's some open chicken. Now they just chop that up and they set it out there and it's sitting on ice. And it goes so fast, it doesn't have time to get bad. And my hotel's right down one block, just over to the left there. And then another question somebody asked was about pharmacies in the area. There's a pharmacy on every corner. There's a little jewelry stand here. There's every kind of stand here. And I was looking around. These are your earbuds and everything else. And these things are so cheap, a couple bucks, maybe. But I looked and I went, I need a phone case for my thing because I use my selfie stick a lot when I'm filming. And you can't have a phone case on. As you see back there, there's phone cases. So I walked in there, didn't film the lady. I don't think I did. Hopefully not.
Hello.
And she helped me get around, and I was trying to find a film case for my large camera phone. There was none. Nothing that would fit where my camera would show. And so I have to go to another one. Now I'm walking inside what I call the underground mall. I'm cutting through, and there's pathways that take off. It's a big maze. You go down that way. Shop after shop after shop. Go down that way. Shop after shop after shop. Half the shops are still closed.
Hello.
Because I'm here early.
More shirts.
Got my extension on my visa. I did it between 8:30 and 9. About a quarter to 9. It only took me a minute. They're super nice. They help you out, fill out the form. Actually, the guard outside filled out my form. I heard they would, and sure enough, he did. He knows exactly how to fill it out super fast. And I went, wow, cool, thanks a lot. And I didn't know if I was supposed to tip him or not. I didn't. I hope I didn't do something wrong. But these shops got everything. So I got a couple hours to goof around. And I did eat breakfast here before I did this. I pulled in one of these places here off to the left or the right. That's an eatery right there. Across from it's another eatery. These are all family owned, home cooking stuff. And I can peek over here. I don't want to stick my camera in people's faces, but I'm going to sneak it over here. You watch. There it is. And you pile in there, and I went in even a smaller, ricketier one than that, and had a wonderful pile of rice with a stir fry poured all over the top, and a Pepsi. When I got done, I asked, and fresh water, drinking water, and I went, how much? And she goes, 70 peso. Remember, $1. In this economy, where the dollar is right now for them, 70 pesos, I don't know, 60, 70 cents? Well, it actually came to about $1.20, but that's for breakfast. I mean, a big one. That's a lunch, actually. I'm not a big breakfast guy. Now, here's a place. This is where I got my haircut. That place, right back there. You can get pedicures, haircuts. My haircut, I think I had it in my last video. That was around. That was under $1. I think it was 60 or 70 peso. So it's about $1.20 there too. I still haven't got the exchange down yet because they change it all the time. So I just round things off. I'm figuring 100 pesos. I round it off to $2. It's much less than that. 20% or so less than that, which I found out in my exchange the other day playing with the ATM machines. Shops everywhere. Now I'm outside cruising down the street. There's a huge block. Shops inside, wet markets, everything. There's pharmacy across the street over there. And there's another one on the other side. So pharmacies are everywhere. No problem with that. But I did the ATM machine thing and I went in and 10,000 pesos equals $200. So I punched in, trying to see which parts of mine work. I haven't experimented with them yet because I haven't used them except for booking hotels and that, which I went to use my normal bank hotel credit card and it wouldn't go through. So I had to pull my Schwab debit out, which has been accepted everywhere, anywhere, restaurants, you name it. So I'm happy with that. But my regular bank credit card, it said must do clearance first. Okay, well, I'll do that later. I'm out on the street. I ain't playing games. But 10,000 peso should be $200 exchange. They should be grabbing $200 out of my bank account for pulling that out of there. No, $182 instead of $200. That's how much you save because of the exchange rate here right now. And Schwab pays the fee that the ATM fee that's here and any ATM fees that would be normally charged by a bank like Schwab or regular banks. There's fees. Not with Schwab. They redeposit that back into your account. They pay you back for using it. So if you're ever going to travel around and do stuff, it's where my brokerage account is for stocks and all that. So it's convenient for me. But I'm finding out, which I was told before, Schwab is the most consistent to be used. I haven't had a problem with it yet, and I hope I don't, because I don't know how I'm going to switch back and forth without. Yes, I can make calls to the U.S. Yes, I can make audio calls, because I talk to Lisa once in a while. We chit-chat for 20 minutes or so. And it doesn't cost me any more than if I'm calling her in the U.S. I'm on track phone, and I got it switched on international. And when I talk 20 minutes, it only takes 20 minutes off my prepaid plan. Now, people that have Verizon and HisNet, they got all this stuff, they get raped. When you do international, you're in big time trouble. I can get my text, I can do phone calls, no problem. But I do use Wi-Fi here. Wherever Wi-Fi is, which it's everywhere. But if you're gonna do some travel and all that, you gotta set up the right cards. And I'm not a professional at it yet, but I'm working on it. Like I said, my regular bank credit card, I guess I gotta call them and say, oh, I'm in the Philippines, don't reject it. I had to do that with Schwab in the beginning. They threw me an email, it was a fraud alert. And I sent him a deal back, no problem. Then I called him, talked to the guy. I said, is there any way to eliminate that? Because I am traveling around. And he said, no. But as you use it, it will start accepting it without any fraud alerts. Because once you have defrauded it once, then it will recognize that you're using it abroad. It's okay. And so since I haven't had a problem. I'll probably have to do the same thing with my bank. I thought the credit card wouldn't do it. But it does. I guess it has to do with Visa. And I'm trying to cross the streets and let you know how easy it is to get run over while you're trying to film. Zoom, 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 zoom. Oh, the these people have to stop for this stupid tourist. But they don't mind. They kind of beep to let you know they're coming, and then they just, if you step out in front of them, they're already prepared to stop. And you kind of walk through them like a maze. When their vehicles go by, you go through and go behind the next one and over in front of the next one. And once you get the system down, it's a piece of cake. I don't see anybody get run over. You know, if you live here long enough, or one of these places long enough, you can go back to the United States and say, these people must be stupid. They gotta have signals to tell them to stop and go. What kind of deal is that? And they don't have near the traffic. So I could see that these people could probably go over there and look at us and say, wow, these people must be kind of dumb. And they even get in wrecks in the U.S. People run a red light, you're going to have a wreck. Well, not here. Everybody gives way and takes this and weaves around, and nobody honks and flips each other off. Here's a gas station right next to my hotel. I'm walking back down there. You pull in with whatever you got and just stop. The attendant will come over and you tell him how much to put in, and he'll fill you up. Take your money and off you go. You don't do it yourself. Almost everything you do here, there's somebody standing there to do it for you. If you want to cross the street, and when you're a senior citizen, you cannot stand in a grocery line. They will move you all the way to the front, and you can't say no problem. They will drag you up. Everybody in line will move over and say, please, 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 go forward. They treat senior citizens here like gold. Ever since I arrived in the Philippines, I kept turning it down. No, I don't want to cut in front of 100 people over at the passport place and this place. And coming into the immigrations when I first entered the country, they're all moving me to the front. They're taking you over to another room, which is accessible priority. And I go, no, I'm fine standing here. I can stay in line. No, sir, you cannot. You have to come with us. I said, okay. But that takes a little getting used to. If you go to the bank or you go anywhere, they will not let you stand in line. If somebody's up getting something at the bakery, at the counter, or the fish market or something,